you looking at? Yeah, I got issues, and so do you. Single women, married women, hurting women. Women whose husbands are driving them mad. Women who messing around. Women who are in love with men who don't love them back. Women who are in love with women. Yeah, I said it. Hookers, first ladies, last ladies. Broken women, women who ain't doing nothing but dressing up mess. Street ladies, homemakers and homebreakers. All of these are examples of women who need Jesus. So the next time you look at a woman like me, look at her through God's eyes. And if your bags are empty, just maybe you can judge me. We all got baggage. The harm isn't in having it. It's in keeping it. Now every man gets tempted, but he has gone too far. I mean, I thought I'd spend the rest of my life with this man. At least that's what we stood at the altar and said, until death do us part. I guess that meant until love died. I mean, who wrote those lies for us to tell each other anyway? Commitment seems to be a dirty word nowadays. When our marriage fell apart, I fell apart. And let's just say, love is a strong emotion. I needed a place to heal my heart. But instead, I kept everything a secret. I mean, who wants everyone whispering behind their backs? But one day I found out everyone knew but me. The last conversation we had, he had the nerve to say that he was forced to have another woman because I'd become boring. He went on to say that when we do finally have sex, he has to think about another woman to make it through it. And let's not forget about the straw that broke the camel's back when he said, Dana, I've tried over and over again to make you a flower, but you insist on being a weed. Ain't that nothing? I've given this man 25 years of my life, and all I've received is some bullshit on a platter. He even mentioned my weight. How I no longer look like eye candy. I mean, look at all this goodness. How can he not want all of this? Not to mention, he does not look like the same man that I married 25 years ago. And let's just say, some people are legends in their own mind. One day during one of our heated arguments, he smacked me and I flew across the floor. Now, to be honest, it wasn't the first time. Years ago, when we were dating, he smacked me, but he promised never to do it again. I guess it was a preview of the coming attraction. Now, in my mind, I had to have a reason for this, so I told myself, he smacked me because he loved me. I trusted him. This man has hurt me to the core of my soul. The most painful thing is a woman trying to be the wrong man's rib. This man has put me through a special kind of hell. And I keep having these dark thoughts of revenge. You know the kind like I see on my favorite show, Snapped. And to think, I've been committed to someone who was not committed to me. And another thing, for the past 6 months, he has laid on his behind, refusing to work. All day, all he does is flick the remote. All day, what they do to that? Oh, if he died today, I would set up a GoFundMe account and have him buried in Potter's Field. Better yet, have his ass cremated. One day, He rushed to the mailbox, grabbed out all the mail, and threw it on the table and started yelling at me, asking me how I planned on taking care of the bills. Now, in my mind, a man provides, and a roommate splits bills. Now, let me just share something with you. I've been called a lot of things, but one of them is not a babysitter for a grown-ass man. Now, if you ask me, he can get his money where he's spending his time. And that's across town with his boys. I wish I could get a refund for all of the time that I have wasted loving this no good man. I mean, if he wasn't the father of at least 2 out of 4 of my children, I had given him 25 years of my life, I would pack all my bags and leave on the first thing smoking. But under these circumstances, I know where to get my wounds healed. Maybe, just maybe, I'll take his brother Rodney up on a thing or two. Especially since he promised to give me everything that I've been missing at home. And baby, that's a lot. You know what? I'm about to do a hymn on him. Oh, don't look at me like that. Especially since you would do the same thing if it were you. Now, we ain't gonna throw stones at glass houses, now are we? Now are we? Because right about now, I'm about ready to make it do what it do. Loud my ass. It ain't my fault she can't handle her man. Like I always say, if she did her homework, I wouldn't have to write on her paper. Oh, now I'm in too deep. I mean, not to the point where I cook his meal or pick up his clothes from the cleaners. Now that's her job. I don't do nothing that falls into the domestic zone. It's not my fault she gave me play-by-play detail on how good her man was in bed. Soon as she left my presence, all I could see in my head was how I could get him in the bed. Now, I admit, I'm a little jealous. So I've been in heavy pursuit to making being with him a reality. I wonder what she would think of me if she knew that I had made love to her man in their bed. And while I was there, I took the time to rumble through the closets and pick out a couple outfits to wear. Always been the kind of woman that needed one for the money, one for the honey, and one for something to do. In fact, in a couple of months, I'll be having this baby. I mean, then what? I'm as worthy of his love as she is. Did I mention? She's a friend of mine. I mean, at this point, it really doesn't matter. Hate me if you will. I tried to warn her that he had wondering eyes and that he was unhappy. But she didn't want to hear me. In fact, during one of our girl talks, she told me that a woman like me was not his type. I bet if she knew his eyes were on me, she would have got her act together real fast. I just can't stand all excuses on why he can't see me. You know the ones. January is his mother's birthday. February is Valentine's Day. March is the month he normally catches a cold. April is Easter. May is Mother's Day. June is Father's Day. July is the 4th of July. August is his family reunion. September is the month his daughter starts school. October is the men's retreat at his church. November is Thanksgiving dinner with his family. December is Christmas, and back to January again. Oh well, it is what it is. And if my freedom as a woman irritates you, then maybe Walgreens has a cream for that. Because I will not whisper so that you can be heard. I won't shrink so that you can be seen. And I will not stand in the shadows and breathe life into someone else while I die. I owe it to myself. I owe it to my soul. I owe it to my spirit to be the full measure of me. And if someone can't handle that, it's not a problem I have.